This is Mardy Chizek with Charism Eldercare Services. We are coming to you from our office in Downers Grove. And this is one of the video blogs that, if you've been following us, today we're going to talk about nutrition and aging. And I have a guest with me today, Ms. Rebecca Rosenblatt.
Hello.
Hi, Rebecca. Why are we talking about nutrition and aging? What's this all about?
There's many issues between seniors that are often neglected within our society. And this is mainly due to our society's individualistic ways and our inability to cater to the elderly and just take a break from our daily life.
Yeah, and you know what, we work with are caregivers, and so all those caregivers are trying to cook for their family, they're trying to cook for the senior in their family, maybe the senior's going out to eat, maybe making poor food decisions, huh?
Right.
And it was kind of interesting, I met with a fellow yesterday, and he said, I looked at his labs, and his labs were not so good. He had just had surgery, and I said, "You're a little malnourished." And he goes, patted his tummy and said, "Look at this, how can I be malnourished?" So how can somebody who's overweight be malnourished?
This is because they are most likely consuming a high-fat diet and they're not getting a high amount of protein or complex carbohydrates. They're consuming a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm. And the sugar adds to the tummy, doesn't it? Okay.
It definitely
And
does.
so now this fellow had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So what impact does that have on his nutrition?
Well, if he's not consuming a lot of protein, he won't recover as fast and he may end up making poor decisions.
Absolutely, because all tissue in our body, including our brain, is made of protein, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm not getting enough protein, my tissues are not robust like we need them to be, are they? And I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know that after a surgical procedure or after an illness, we need a lot more protein than what we needed, right? Prior to having an episode of care like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens to our bodies as we age? I know there's some difference in our fat and protein ratios. Can you talk a little bit about that for me?
Yes. Well, as we age, our muscle mass decreases, resulting in a slower metabolism and a less mobile ability.
And we know that falls in seniors can be deadly, can't they?
Yes.
So if I don't have good muscle strength because I haven't had enough protein in my diet, one of the outcomes can actually be falls, can't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
And then we look at that cascade, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't have enough protein, my muscle mass decreased, my strength decreased, I had a fall, now I'm malnourished, now I have surgery to repair the hip or the broken limb, whatever it happens to be, and I even need more protein, right? Mm-hmm. Now, does one's socioeconomic capability, one's access to funds have
Yes. Yes.
What's that? What happens?
Well, those who have a lower status are more likely to brush off these nutritional needs.
And proteins can be expensive, can't they?
They could.
You know, if I'm buying pasta versus prime rib, I'm going to buy the pasta if I have limited funds, aren't I?
Most likely.
Yeah, and those limited funds are going to be extra fat on my belly, right? So nutrition is absolutely essential.
It is.
And Rebecca and I are going to talk a little bit more about that. And thanks for stopping by. We are leaving you now. The video blog on nutrition is ending, and thanks so much for stopping by.